Madam Speaker, distinguished members of the OECS Assembly, distinguished public officials from across the region, specially invited guests beyond the shores of the Caribbean and others, people of the OECS, and particularly I wish to greet those students from across Antigua and Barbuda who are here today witnessing this inauguration. I want to especially welcome you and to let you know that we are laying the foundation upon which we expect you to build in the future. The special honor and privilege falls to me on behalf of the government and people of Antigua and Barbuda to welcome all of you to the inaugural session of the OECS Assembly taking place here in the Parliament building in St. John's, Antigua. I welcome you, especially our guests from overseas, the distinguished representatives to this OECS Assembly, as well as our special invited guests and friends. Antigua and Barbuda opens its arms to our regional brothers and sisters on this special occasion and welcomes you to a genuine spirit in a genuine spirit of solidarity to the home of the OECS Assembly. I accept this duty with both pride and humility on this historic occasion, as we in the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States on the long road to regional integration and economic development. As the first speaker this evening, I offer my congratulations, and I'm sure the congratulations of all the assembled company to the members gathered here who have been elected by the whole Parliament to sit in the OECS Assembly. It is an honor richly deserved, and I assure all aspirers in this noble enterprise designed to profoundly alter how we do our business elsewhere, both politically and economically. I also congratulate the officers who shall guide the proceedings of the OECS Assembly in the coming term, our Speaker, our Deputy Speaker, and our Clerk. We are all openers here today, and our duty in this Assembly is not merely to grind the shine off the ball or to see off the opening bowlers, but with bold and daring stroke play to show what is possible to those who will come after. Today, all of us in all our islands embrace the promise and hope that it is the OECS. And we cherish this landmark moment in the consolidation of the integration arrangements in the Caribbean. I wish here to congratulate the government and the people of Grenada, and most importantly, that bright promise of the future of athletics in our sub-region, Kirani James. For capturing gold at the London 2012 Olympics in the 400 meters and to add to his gold in the World Championships. Kirani's performance in London and elsewhere has made us all proud to be people of this sub-region and has demonstrated that the region's young people can excel in any field of sports once committed. Kirani's performance makes us proud as one people of the sub-region in order to underscore and give prominence to the significance of Kirani's accomplishment and its meaning to the sub-region in particular and the Caribbean in general. I am therefore recommending as a fitting tribute that one of the symbols of our unity, Liat, names one of its aircrafts Kirani James. It is equally fitting that we acknowledge those leaders who have gone before and who would have had a hand in fashioning this great regional enterprise. In many ways, we are standing on the shoulders of the pioneers as we seek to build an economic union that can stand in the face of the buffeting winds of global social and economic upheaval and political turmoil. In the ill-fated West Indies Federation, when, as the end drew near or nigh, and the big and the powerful was scrambling for the exit and quoting shady arithmetic, it was the small ones that hung together. It was the smallest members that nurtured the dying embers of Caribbean integration and brought them back to flame. At first 8, then 7, of these small islands of the Eastern Caribbean were convinced that only by building strong regional, political, administrative, and functional cooperation arrangements could they mitigate against the natural disadvantages of small size. And as they embarked on their journey, they had before them the recent example of another integration project that had set sail with great promise, but ended in 4 short years, broken on the rocks of insular concerns. It is not without significance that the OECS was established during a period when, although CARICOM existed, it was effectively leaderless, as there were no meetings of the CARICOM heads of government for several years because of ongoing disagreements. Into this integration void stepped the countries of the Eastern Caribbean and forged their own institutions to promote regional integration and economic development. And today, we launch another regional institution, one designed to monitor and superintend the economic union that has been established among member states of the OECS. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, nothing epitomizes democracy more than a parliament. And here is a regional parliament of not one, but all our sovereign nations of the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States, bound together to secure the regional good in a way that we could not have achieved individually. I therefore embrace the opportunity to welcome you to the home of our OECS Assembly, Antigua and Barbuda, and more particularly to the Parliament of Antigua and Barbuda, in whose chamber we now sit. We are grateful for the honor we have been given, even as we also accept our role and our responsibilities as the seat of the OECS Assembly. With great anticipation, we undertake to care for and nurture this new OECS institution and to help it develop into one of the true pillars on which the OECS stands. The OECS Assembly is provided for under Article 10 of the revised Treaty of Bastia and is a new principal organ of the OECS. It joins the authority of heads of government, the Council of Ministers, the Economic Affairs Council, and the OECS Commission as organs of the organization established under Article 7.1 of the revised treaty. Its most important function is to be a consultative body to enhance regional dialogue on the critical issues of integration and development, and to make proposals to the OECS authority for the enactment of regional legislation binding on all member states. If the OECS Economic Union is to be successful, its foundation must be built on a regional consensus that informs regional political decision-making. If the OECS Economic Union and one of its principal organs, the OECS Assembly, are to guide us in overcoming the obstacles to growth and development, then it cannot be the talk shop that our people mock so derisively. Its value as a forum for regional dialogue cannot be overstated. The OECS Assembly is the regional democratic underpinning to our economic union, and I expect robust debate in the chamber on the direction that regional integration should take. The OECS Assembly will perform a vital democratic function. It will monitor and debate the implementation of the OECS Economic Union, bringing to bear the views of representatives from constituencies all across the Union. How can we build confidence and legitimacy in the OECS Assembly that we launch here today? The Assembly must make itself the bridge between local electorates in each member state and the decision-making authority that lies outside national borders. For the first time, the OECS has added a legislative organ to the executive organs that are already a part of the organizational structure. This tells me that the OECS intends to address both the implementation deficit and the democratic deficit that some pundits argue, with some degree of validity, are features of our region. By having a consensus-driven architecture that has a direct connection with the people in every member state, the OECS Assembly will give electorates confidence in the decisions taken beyond their borders. And let us take note of the lessons of history that litter the landscape as we forge ahead. Let us steel ourselves, S-T-E-E-L, ourselves, against the examples of failure that exist. Once upon a time, there was also an assembly of Caribbean Community Parliamentarians, ACCP, established by CARICOM. This body fell into disuse almost before it started, and it is now long defunct, barely remembered and read about only in the yellowing pages of old reports and papers. How and why that happened should be an early subject for sober reflection by the OECS Assembly. I invite you today to take the OECS Assembly and make it truly a living vehicle for our development, binding us together for the common good. As with the ECCB so many years ago, let us seek to innovate and to put forward in the OECS Assembly a new model for democratic development for the region and the world. This Assembly chamber, which the government and people of Antigua and Barbuda now offer for regional service as the seat of the Assembly, is one well suited to a regional purpose. And so, ladies and gentlemen, in order to ensure the transparency of our proceedings in the Assembly, as well as the broadest possible outreach to OECS citizens everywhere, the 3 dedicated media galleries and a full TV and radio facility are capable, as we are doing now, of simultaneous TV and radio live broadcasts across the region and live internet video streaming. We place these facilities at the service of the OECS Assembly in order to foster and encourage a high degree of transparency and people participation throughout the region. And yet, the enduring legacy of this Parliament, this Assembly, will not be its adaptation of modern technology, nor any of the many other features it so amply possesses. Its most enduring quality will surely be its ability to serve the interests of its many constituents faithfully and well, scattered as they are among many islands. Its claim on posterity will surely be its ability to balance national and regional interests, to balance economies that are similar yet different, and to secure consensus from among the many strands of our societies for the new economic and social policies that are needed to take us to a better future. And yet the OECS Assembly, even though its members are fully committed to the cause of regionalism, cannot do it alone. The Assembly is one of 5 principal organs through which the organization is designed to accomplish the functions entrusted to it under the revised treaty. The OECS Assembly must therefore work in harmony with the other organs of the OECS as part of an organic whole. The challenge is therefore a stern one. Let us then pick up this torch and carry it, knowing that we bear the full measure of what a modern democracy can be. Let us rise, as we must, to meet the demands of our time and to fulfill the great potential of our OECS Assembly. And let us so conduct ourselves that those who sent us here will take pride in the work that we do, knowing that we have set firmly in place the building blocks of a more perfect union for all our people. May it pleases you, Madam Speaker.
Dr. the Honorable Ralph E. Gonsalves, Chairman of the OECS Authority, Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines.